What's up, guys? Welcome back. We have found some new content in Red Dead Online. Rockstar! Rockstar, thank you! It's not fully accessible over the board, but Rockstar is pounding away in the background, and we know where they're going now. Thanks to our Discord moderators, Monkley and Vip. They figured this out the other night. Let me know today, and we brought to you here the Sisika Penitentiary in online. Now, if you go to the story mode, there was recently a viral video by a guy that goes Eddipot, I think is his YouTuber name, big YouTuber, and he goes into Sisika Penitentiary, but in the campaign. And in order to get in the campaign, you need to use cheats to spawn in wagons, like dynamites placed at a certain spot to launch you up over the railing. Then you glitch up over into the walls of Sisika Penitentiary and you can walk around. If you get there in the online, the doors just open. You can literally just walk in to the penitentiary and start looking around. There's a part of the penitentiary that's only open to you in online that you can't get into in campaign mode, and it's the tunnel that leads into the penitentiary. Now, this is significant because this is the only area of the map that is this big that has that difference to it. Other areas like the banks, right? We know heists are coming into the game. They're being worked on probably. It's a future project that Rockstar will bring in. Right now, though, the banks kind of operate the same way in online as they do in story mode. There is no significant difference except for the lack of NPCs. And on top of that, that sometimes when you're going into a bank or trying to go into a bank in online, you can't go in. It's odd. Sometimes they're unlocked and sometimes they're locked. I don't know why it is that way, but when I tested this out, I was able to go into the Valentine Bank, Rhodes Bank, no problem. And then the Saint Denis Bank was locked and I had to glitch into it. You can see the safe and stuff when you do glitch above it, but there's still really nothing of significance there. Aside from the Rhodes Bank has cash piles on the counters and you see a jail cell key there. So it looks like and seems is Rockstar going to be working on this, but the penitentiary functions completely different in the online mode than it does in story. Now, the way that you can get there is by the same way of making a private lobby. I think this I think the private lobby method where you start up a story mission and then you stop at a certain point and you just play with your friends and come back eventually to finish. It clears the death walls that are in games, and these are just, for those of you that don't know, walls where once you go there, it automatically sends your character back or it kills your character. So if you're just roaming around in free roam online and you try to go to the penitentiary, it will black screen you and it will send you back to Saint Denis or Van Horn or wherever you were initially. If you go in the private lobby, you can just take your boat over there, get over there, and you can call your horse. Two major things that are different about when you get over there are the guards. There's not nearly as many guards, but I think the big thing that points to Rockstar working on this, and I say that just because it's a mechanic that is just completely opposite of the campaign mechanic, is the tunnel into the penitentiary is open. It's not closed. It's closed in the campaign, but in the online, it's open. Why is that difference there? Well, someone actively has to write code to change this. There has to be an active process in order for there to be a difference. If the campaign code was the same as the online code, you wouldn't see this difference at all. Rockstar has been known to give online DLCs, not campaign DLCs. We can expect an online DLC from them. Probably we won't see a campaign DLC. Now, I could be wrong, but this points to the next project that they're working on is the penitentiary. And it makes sense. Being the story starting out, your character in online starts out and you're getting broken out of jail, right? In fact, you're probably on your way to the penitentiary as they break you out of jail. Now, does this mean that, well, what this does mean is that the penitentiary coming into play is probably a storyline mission. It's interesting that Rockstar's been getting so much flack recently about, you know, where's the updates, guys? Like, we're still having bugs and issues and things that aren't going well. But where is the new content? What's going on? We're 2 months into it now, and you guys haven't really released anything significant. Now, not to stick and banter on that subject so much, but it seems as though that they're working on this storyline DLC. The penitentiary could play a significant role in that DLC. There's multiple things that could be done. Let's say that it's storyline, it could be a revenge mission, right? You're getting revenge on maybe the warden or the sheriff who wronged you and was initially going to bring you to prison, right? You could do a revenge mission. You could also do an escape mission. Maybe your comrades that took you out of that prison cart, and now that you're kind of aiding with them, maybe they have someone that they need you to get out of prison. Could be that too. Now, a little bit on the side of things, I was thinking, and my mind was just going kind of wild because I've seen all these different ideas bounce around in the comments on these different videos that we're putting up here. People have asked for a griefer measure. Like, hey, how about griefers get hanged? Or, you know, how about griefers have to go to jail or something like that? Now, I'm on the side of, okay, well, that seems like a little bit like bad, right? Like, I don't think that the game's going to force players to wait to play their game, essentially. But it would be an interesting idea if you were continually griefing. You just griefed everyone. It would be interesting if the game shot you into prison and gave you the, I don't want to say like a mini game, but you had to break out of prison or you're forced to change lobbies. This would help with players who were consistently getting griefed by the same player and just being followed around. Then shoot that griefer into prison. Now they have to spend, like, I don't know, 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes doing that, like, series, mini game, whatever it is, breaking out of prison to get back to the rest of the Red Dead Online world. I think that's a little far-fetched because a mechanic that forces players it limits their decision for the next, like, 20, 30 minutes are generally not good mechanics unless they're active missions that the players themselves have searched out. So I don't lean towards that. I thought it'd be a cool idea, but I wouldn't lean towards that. More so, I would go the route of this is the storyline DLC that Rockstar is working on at the moment. There's a lot of thought of, like, you know, Guarma and Mexico being things that will eventually come to the online. And although that could totally be true, and probably somewhere down the line, if we do see significant map additions, that will probably be something that comes into play because Guarma is something that the developers have worked on and coded through, and it's fully functioning, right? So don't put it to waste, bring it to the online. But for right now, what we notice is that Sisika Penitentiary it's actively different. When you go there, the tunnel is wide open. It's not open in the story mode. You can just walk in the penitentiary, go in, look around. As I showcased in the video where I did go into the penitentiary in story mode, it's totally decked out. The inside of the penitentiary it's totally detailed. Now there's certain buildings that you can't go into, but the penitentiary itself and the surroundings inside are totally detailed. And there's no reason for them to be detailed in the story. There just isn't, because in the story you never go inside the penitentiary. There is no reason for them to detail it other than, you know, the rough details that you would see when you're in the balloon. But when you go even inside the tunnel, when you're underneath the tunnel, there's wooden boards and kegs and what looks like some solitary confinement cells for different reasons. It's just what it looks like. As well as in the video where I talked about going into this penitentiary story mode, that door where it seems like Arthur turns kind of undead or goes full tuberculosis carcass mode, right? You just walk through that door. That door is not locked either. So there's two doors that are just completely unlocked that are locked in the story mode. I truly think that this is leading towards the next bit of the storyline is going to be a penitentiary bit. Sisika Penitentiary is going to be utilized. The storyline when it was released in online, pretty short. I think the longest part of the storyline was changing your honor level to play the other bits of the story. So the story itself was pretty short, and adding more to it would be probably a default thing for Rockstar to start working on as soon as the beta got released. Even before anyone finished the story, let's start adding on to this, right? Because there was a lot more missions and stuff in GTA to do than there were and are in Red Dead Online. Probably at around the same stage. The storyline was very short in Red Dead Online. Let's just go with that. And this is going to be their next step. This is where I think they're totally going to go. There's reasons for the interactions over there to be completely different, and I think it's because they're working on it right now. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You guys, thank you so much for your support recently. Everyone on Discord that was a part of our fight club yesterday, and also like giving out tips and stuff like this, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's so much fun going into Red Dead Online. It's bringing new life to the game for me, having all y'all to bounce ideas off, giving me ideas, and to do fun things like the fight club with. If you want to be a part of that, make sure to go down below and hit the link so you can join that Discord. And guys, have a great day. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you haven't subbed, hit that subscribe button. I hope to see you in a future video. And until then, take care.